The feature race is the Derby. On Thursday, it's the Oaks.
That is quite a right wrap, isn't it? And Ed Dunlop, by the way, of Red Verdon, was the trainer of Ouija Board, that great horse that we were talking about there. Let's go to Thinkin' Big for the Amy Victoria Derby. Richard, there's a sense of timing and sort of destiny about this bloke, I reckon.
No doubting that, and trained by Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott, you know it's going to be fit, tough and strong like his full brother Stampede is. Keep in mind, only two favourites have won this race in the last 11 years. Nothing like a dame who won the race in 1995 and then backed up and ran third in the Melbourne Cup. Well, his pedigree is there on the dam side, and Thinkin' Big, I think, can go forward, not necessarily lead, go forward. He's the one they have to beat.
Francesco Arameo's got all the right form. How's he come through the run at Moonee Valley?
Yeah, I think he's come through the run at Moonee Valley really well on a relatively quick back-up and doesn't seem to have taken a backward step at all. And you say all the same kind of form lines, and I think he's the one that seems to perform the most consistently. And things didn't go all that right for him at the Valley because he got a little bit too far back and was really strong to the line that day. I think he's really consistent. He's bred to stay, and he looks the picture.
Believe it or not, Darren Weir hasn't had a run on the Victoria Derby before today, and he's got two. An extra brute was impressive until his last start.
Yes, he was quite impressive winning that 1800-metre UCI stakes at Flemington here. And then he went to the Norman Robinson at Caulfield. Wasn't that brilliant. It was just an average run behind Thinkin' Big. Whether he can turn the tables on that horse remains to be seen. He's got to jump from a wide alley, so that means he's probably got to go back with that short run to the first corner.
Cheska has seen the footy team behind Stars of Karam. He can certainly, it looks like he'll stay the journey. Yeah,
that'd be a big roar if this guy can get out, won't there? Yeah, he was $51 when he won the bars last time out, and I think he'd been a little bit underrated because he hadn't quite got to his proper distance. So there over a bit further, we saw the best of him. He had the blinkers on that day. He was a bit colty last time out of Moonee Valley, but I'm glad to see he's behaving himself today.
Richard, it's been a long time since the Geelong Classic winners actually won the Derby here. What about home ground?
Well, he was a little unlucky in the Champion Stakes at Randwick before he came to Victoria and ran in the Geelong Classic, which is the Derby trial down there. As you say, it's not the strongest form line traditionally going into Derbies, although I think it might have been a little stronger this year than most. I give him an outside chance.
Richo, David Hayes sort of gang tackles it with three runners. I think this is his number one, Mickey Blue Eyes.
He won the race with Kibbutz back in 2007. I agree. This is the best chance for Lindsay Park Racing. Mickey Blue Eyes, remember at Moonee Valley just last week, he, like Stars of Karam, was really colty. Well, he's on his toes. He knows it's game day. But the good news is his eyes and he's concentrating on racing and nothing else.
Chester Savoy's form's good, including a win in the trial here. What does he do from that outside draw?
Yeah, I was about to say he's the opposite to Mickey Blue Eyes, this guy, because he's just got a great attitude. He's super chilled and he loves his racing and he gives his absolute all. But that's going to be a bit tricky here because he's got that wide barrier, so chances are he'll go forward, which is what he's done in the past, but I'm not convinced he's going to stay. So it's going to be up to Dean Yendall just to have him in a position where he doesn't do too much of them and can conserve a bit of energy for the end, but he's a toughie.
Vaseo is one of three by the great Cy Hyde Chaparral, the sire of So You Think and others. Look, it was okay in the Norman Robinson, didn't handle the heavy track in Sydney. It would be a big surprise if he were to win, and a big surprise if Severate were to win as well.
Needs to lift on his past two runs, though, or his past run, because his Hill Stakes was okay. Stars of Karam comes through that Hill Stakes, Bruce. So I know you're a proud South Australian. How good is that Hill Stakes form?
It can be good. I mean, both Rebel Raider and Kibbutz came through that race, and I give it a bit of a tick to be truthful, that form. So let's see how it stands up today, Richo. Chapada, he's very new, Cheska, but I think he's pretty good.
Yeah, I think he's pretty good too, and that second to Thinking Big, you have to give him a chance on the back of that. James McDonald's just hopped on board. Great win in the last race, so he's busy talking to the strapper. He might consent to talk to me. James, how can you get this horse across the line first here? How would you approach it as a jockey?
Yeah, obviously it's a bit of a short run to the first corner, which is very tactical because a lot of them want to hold a really good position, but we're drawn a little bit awkwardly, but we'll just take our time and see where we land, and if the race sorts itself out, then we're going to end up in a nice posse.
You might pull it out of the bag like last time.
Yeah, it was a great ride. Richo Piero knows how to sire a Derby or an Oaks winner, and his runner here is Sikorsky.
That's right, he sired Lavendi to win an ATC Derby. Sikorsky's actually a half-brother to Tulip, who's a bona fide sprinter, and a half-brother to Sacred Eye, who was a stayer and had a crack at an Oaks. Now, She was by High Chaparral. Sikorsky, I think his form's consistent enough. I've just got him as tier 2, but I think he'll run a terrific race. Luke Nolan's a gun job.
Well, the European horse of the century, no question, Frank, or maybe of all centuries. This bloke, for how big is he, Cheska?
He is an absolute monster. Caitlin referred to it in the pre-parade ring, and I can confirm standing alongside him, he is a beast of a horse. 598 kilos worth, to be precise. He's stunning looking by Frankel, that absolute champion in the Northern Hemisphere, and out of a Group 1 winning sprinter. So pedigree leaves a little bit to be desired in terms of a true stayer, but his run in the Geelong Classic last time out was his best run, and he really worked well to the line, and maybe this extra distance is going to be his thing.
Louis the Legend is the roughie for the Busselton young team. Look, he's a handy horse, but I'd be surprised. But Savvy Oak's a chance, Richo.
Yes, sir.
Very interesting runner, of course. The Busselton young team won the race with Sangster in 2011, Louis the Legend. Need to improve on what we saw in the Geelong Classic, though.
Tolmac, look, interesting run of Tolmac by Camelot, who's by Monsieur Camelot, was a wonderful winner of the Derby and the 2,000 guineas in England. And Cheska, Grinzinger Star, Ollie's won 5 of them. Could he make it 6?
Yeah, he sure could. But just on Tolmac, that's Camelot spelled backwards. I thought you might enjoy that little stat. Bruce, Ollie, things have been changing for Damien Oliver in his world lately. Melbourne Cup news for you, but what about this guy in the Derby?
Yeah, look, he's a bit of an outsider, but he'll stay well, and he's going to run a cheeky race for a fair while.
Good luck.
We're hearing that Ollie might get onto red card rule. We're not sure for Darren Weir. Let's go to the tab. And Jared Middleton, terrific race. A lot of depth. Is he a warm favourite?
Extra Brute and Savoie. This is all about thinking big, Bruce.
And if he wins, we're told he'll probably run in the Cup. Last year's winner, he's running in the Cup on Tuesday. That was ace high. So Ken Thinkum Big win the $2 million Amy Victoria Derby. It goes way, way back to 1855.